You know that feeling when you snag a bargain-priced air compressor, only to find out after a few projects that it can't keep up with the demand? I've seen friends try to power a tire inflator, a nail gun, and a paint sprayer all on the same 30-gallon unit, and the pressure drops so fast you end up waiting longer than the job itself. That disappointment is why I paused before I bought the Campbell Hausfeld 80-gallon horizontal 2-stage model. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, because I want you to feel confident that your money is going toward a tool that actually delivers when the pressure gauge finally starts to wiggle. When you're standing in a garage or workshop, the first thing you notice about any compressor is whether it can actually hold the pressure you need for a full day of work. This isn't just a spec sheet. People are using these machines to inflate fleet tires, run pneumatic sanders, and paint an entire room in one go. The 80-gallon tank here means you have a larger reservoir of compressed air, which translates into longer run times between refills. In real life, that shows up as the difference between stopping every few minutes to let a smaller tank recover, and being able to keep a nail gun humming while you move from one wall to the next. The 2-stage pump is another practical advantage. In a single-stage compressor, the motor pushes air directly into the tank, which can cause heat buildup and slower attainment of the final pressure. With a 2-stage setup, the air first hits a low-pressure cylinder, then a high-pressure cylinder, cooling the air and letting the motor reach the target pressure more efficiently. For someone who plans to use the unit for longer jobs, say, a contractor outfitting a new shop floor or a DIYer tackling a full house renovation, this design cuts down the time you spend watching the gauge climb. But that efficiency comes with a trade-off. The machine is built on a 5 HP, 230V motor, which means you'll need a dedicated 230-volt outlet. If you're working out of a typical home garage that only has standard 120-volt plugs, you'll have to arrange for a double-pole circuit or a portable step-up transformer. That extra installation step isn't a deal-breaker, but it does add cost and complexity that some buyers don't anticipate until the box is opened. Now, let's talk about who should actually consider spending on this 80-gallon unit. If you're a professional contractor who runs pneumatic tools daily, the larger tank and 2-stage pump give you the reliability you need to keep a job site moving. The capacity also makes it a strong candidate for a small workshop that wants to run multiple tools simultaneously. Think a nail gun, an impact wrench, and a spray gun all at once without the tank pressure sagging. For owners of an RV or a camper with a portable air system, the added tank size means you can inflate tires and operate your onboard air tools without draining a small battery-operated compressor. On the flip side, if your primary use case is occasional tire inflation for a car or a bike, or maybe you only need a quick burst of air for a single project a month, this machine is overkill. The larger footprint both physically and electrically means you'll be lugging a heavier unit around and possibly needing to upgrade your outlet. A smaller, single-stage 30-gallon air compressor would likely meet those modest needs with less upfront cost and less hassle. Let's dig into what the real-world performance feels like. When you power the unit up, the motor hums with a confidence you rarely get from budget models. The pressure gauge climbs steadily to the full 120 psi mark in under a minute, thanks to the 2-stage design. Once you hit that target, you can start using tools and watch the tank sustain pressure for around 8 to 10 minutes before the motor kicks back in to top it up. That endurance is where the 80-gallon size shines. Compare it to a 30-gallon unit that might need a refill every 2 minutes when you're running a spray gun. One practical weakness I've observed is the noise level. Even with the motor enclosed, a 5 HP compressor isn't whisper quiet. In a residential garage, the sound can be intrusive, especially if you're working early in the morning or late at night. It's not a hidden defect, but it's something to keep in mind if you live in a tightly packed neighborhood or share a space with sleeping family members. Another consideration is the portability factor. The horizontal design makes the unit more stable when you're using it, but it also adds to the overall weight, roughly 250 pounds. For a shop that's fixed in one spot, the stationary nature is fine, but if you need to move the compressor between job sites, you'll have to invest in a sturdy hand truck or dolly. The wheels are there, but they're reinforced enough for rolling on smooth concrete, not rough terrain. Maintenance, though, is straightforward. The two-stage pump has a built-in safety valve that prevents overpressurization, and the oil drain plug is